Today is Tuesday, March 9th, the 21st day of Lent. Our Gospel is from Mark, the 6th chapter, verses 1 through 13. Here is the Reverend Bill Queen.
Jesus again found himself with a hungry crowd on his hands. He called his disciples together and said, "This crowd is breaking my heart. They have stuck with me for 3 days, and now they have nothing to eat. If I send them home hungry, they'll faint along the way. Some of them have come a long distance." His disciples responded, "What do you expect us to do about it? Buy food out here in the desert?" He asked, "How much bread do you have?" 7 loaves, they said. So Jesus told the crowd to sit down on the ground. After giving thanks, he took the 7 bread loaves, broke them into pieces, and gave them to his disciples so they could hand them out to the crowd. They also had a few fish. He pronounced a blessing over the fish and told his disciples to hand them out as well. The crowd ate its fill. 7 sacks of leftovers were collected. There were well over 4,000 at the meal. Then he sent them home. He himself went straight to the boat with his disciples and set out for Dalmanutha. There is tremendous hunger in many places in the world today, some of it right here in our own communities. Places where drought or disaster or poverty or ignorance or war keep children and adults hungry. We can do our part to help alleviate some of this hunger through volunteering and through donations to food pantries and to relief efforts. There are also other kinds of hunger than stomach hunger. There is hunger for peace. There is hunger for joy. There is hunger for love. There is hunger for a relationship with our Maker, with our Savior, and with the Spirit. And each of these hungers causes a pain no less biting than stomach hunger. In this gospel story, Jesus asked his disciples, "How much bread do you have?" He wanted to know how many loaves and fish they had at their disposal that they were willing to share with the hungry crowd. Jesus asks us, his present-day disciples, this same question. How much bread do you have? He wants to know how much you and I have at our disposal that we are willing to share with the hungry crowd. He wants to know how much time, energy, skill, and money we are willing to share for his purposes. We are used to hearing this appeal at stewardship time in our churches and in fundraising requests from other organizations. But the question goes deeper if we fully consider all of the different kinds of hunger about us. We have to have our own reserves within us of peace, of joy, of love, of a relationship with our Maker, with our Savior, and with the Spirit, if we presume we have anything to share with those in these kinds of need. Can we take time during this season of Lent to assess our own supplies of bread in its many forms? Can we take time to rethink our willingness to share of our bread?